Hey ladies, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Shandice, and today I'm going to share with you my lipstick collection and also share a few lessons or just things that I've been learning lately that I hope will encourage you or inspire you along your journey. I love a good lip gloss and I love a good lipstick, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my faves. Before we get into the lipsticks, I have to show you guys something that I purchased from Amazon, which is this makeup bag, right? So it's a travel makeup bag, and what I love about it, when it opens, it literally opens, it's like the whole bag spreads out. You can like put all your makeup and everything in, and it spreads out like a sheet. So I'm gonna leave the link to this in the description because honestly, it has been life-saving. And there's also like little pockets, and so the only thing I have in here is lipstick. But if you have like makeup brushes and stuff, like you can see that you can like put your makeup brushes in securely, and literally just has a drawstring, and then you can tuck the drawstring in here. So this is what I have been using to hold my lipsticks right now. I might actually do another organize with me video. Still trying to figure out like how I want to organize my lipsticks, so that video might be coming soon. I'm currently wearing on my lips right now, I am wearing the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow, and I feel like this is just like perfect for every day. And I actually didn't purchase it until Christmas, so I haven't had it that long, but I'm definitely glad because I feel like well, this is the thing, like we're wearing masks, so it's not as if like anyone sees it, but I just think that it's a nice gloss for everyday wear, and like if I'm recording like a video or something like that. So this is definitely like one of my new staples. So let's label this number one, because I would love to know in the comments which ones were your favorite, and if there are any of these that you have or that you plan on purchasing as well. So this is going to be number one, and you can see how it looks on my lips. Another thing, I'm going to be using these Neutrogena makeup removal wipes for like in between trying on the different lipsticks. And what I love about these is like, look how like individually wrapped they are. I think that these are also perfect for traveling. My husband got them for me as a stocking filler for Christmas, and like I've been taking them everywhere, and it even says like travel, purse, gym. Like I think this is perfect to have a few in your bag, because you never know if you need to like remove something from your face or anything like that. So definitely would recommend these. I think he got them from Ulta. If I find them, I will definitely put this link in the bio too. But we're gonna get right into the lipsticks. I'm gonna open one of these and then we can get started. So let's talk about, okay, so we're in 2021, it's a new year. I know that 2020 was a lot for many of us, and this is the thing, like for me, I would say 2020 was a blessing in so many ways, because it was the first full year that I was like working for myself, like really deciding like, okay, this is my path and I'm gonna fully embrace it. And making that simple decision has really changed my life. And I think that's the first thing that I want to say, is that if there's anything that you want to do, you really have to make the decision. Like you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because you're not going to experience the fruit because you're not consistently watering the seed. So we're going to go in with Anastasia. The way I said like we're going to go in with Anastasia as if I'm doing like a whole like makeup tutorial, but anyway, like you can tell that like I watched quite a few makeup videos, even though I still haven't mastered how to like legit like apply makeup to my face. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this color is Poet Liquid Lipstick. So I'm gonna do this, but yeah, so you really can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You really have to make a decision so that you can experience the fruit. And when I made that decision, honestly, my life changed. I started getting so many good opportunities, because I feel like also there's an energy about you, and when you make a decision, I think that it kind of radiates through just like who you are as a person. It's like, okay, this is my path, this is what I'm deciding, and even though I might have some struggles along the way, I'm going to be committed to this journey and this process. And I think that it makes all the difference. So yeah, that would be like my number one thing. Like, you have to make a decision and you have to stick to it. I'm gonna also put some lip liner around it because I feel as if in this case a little lip liner will like make it pop. I've had this lip liner for years because I hardly use it, but this is MAC Chestnut. It's one of my faves, but honestly I try to do the bare minimum, so don't really use it. Okay, so this is the Poet. I really like this one. I think it's kind of subtle. Worn it maybe a few times, but do you know what? I'm gonna put just a little bit more on. Just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so this is the Poet, Anastasia. Tell me what you guys think about this one. But I've been looking for a lipstick like this for quite a while, and I found this on the Sephora website. I was really happy because I just think it's subtle, it's chill, especially for like winter, autumn months. I think that this especially goes well with like when you're wearing like grays, and I've worn it with a mustard color shirt and it really popped then too. So this is this one. Oh, I'm gonna move on to the next one. So yeah, so going back to that, first thing I would say is make a decision and really stick to it. And that's not to say that you might find, okay, this is not the path that I want to take, but how do you really know if a path is for you if you're not committed to walking that path, to taking the steps? Because if not, you're always going to be in limbo and you're always going to be wondering what if. And then you find yourself in a place where like you're not actually making progress because you're not giving yourself the freedom to try new things and to see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So definitely, to summarize that, make a decision, go for it, and always remember it's okay to change your mind. If you decide to change your mind, because like that's life, like we can change our mind, like don't feel bound to any one path. The next one I'm going to try, I actually wore this in one of my previous videos, and this is also an Anastasia, so we're going to mark this number 3, and this is Bohemian. I love this color. It's kind of like it reminds me of like a wood, like a mahogany, maybe a little lighter than a mahogany, but overall I really like this. Let's see. And the thing is, like, what I love about these particular lipsticks is that you don't really need to put a lot on, but I just put just a little bit extra. But like, I really do love this color. Like, this is definitely like one of my favorites. I just love how it feels. I love how it looks. So let me know like what you think of this one. But like going back to just like lessons, this past week for me has been a lot, and I think that's the main reason why I wanted to do this video, with me trying to do more things of just like for hobbies and to just express myself in new ways. And something that I realized this week is that I still have a lot of work to do when it comes to setting boundaries. That has always been a struggle for me, and I think that, have you ever kind of just felt like you get stuck in this cycle of like not necessarily people pleasing but accommodating people, and you accommodate people in a way that actually starts to like affect your wellness? Because part of the work that I do is I have a client list, and I do like various projects, marketing related, for some of my clients. And I found myself in a situation where I was just overextending myself. And what I realized is the respect that I had for my client, they didn't necessarily have for me. So what that kind of like made me realize is that at the end of the day, I get to decide what standards I put in place. And I can't blame other people for stepping over boundaries that I didn't necessarily set. And it's my job to advocate for myself. So what I ended up doing in the end, I respectfully ended my relationship with that client because I was just like, this is not the direction that I want to go in. I didn't make a decision to work for myself, to become a slave to anyone else, right? So I think that when it comes to setting boundaries, we have to really be intentional about thinking like, how does this affect my well-being? How does this affect my life? Like, is this affecting the way that not only that I do business, but how my lifestyle is set up? I was listening to a podcast by Patrice Washington, and the episode was called Scale Your Joy. And it was at that moment, like, it made me think about, like, what can I do to literally scale my joy and to do more of what makes me happy and less of what doesn't make me happy. So third lipstick, we are going to go in with actually a new lipstick that I purchased from MAC recently. Lord, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to put everything in the description, but I do love like a pinky purple. I also actually bought this lipstick. I think I bought it in November, and I like how smooth it is. But I definitely think like this kind of lipstick works better for me in like the summer. But who's to say you can't wear brighter lipsticks in the fall and the winter too, you know? Okay. Alright. You guys have to tell me your thoughts on this one. So, I mean, it's not terrible. I kind of, do you know when you look at something again, like, because you haven't really like worn it much? I think I've like worn it once since buying it. I definitely think like, for me, this would be like a summer lipstick or something that like I would wear like when it starts to get a little warmer. But overall, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one. But yeah, so talking about boundaries, talking about making a decision. Next, I would say that something that has kind of like been a mantra of mine, apart from like Be You with Courage, and lately with my Dare Purposeful Woman community, and we've been talking a lot about less pressure, more authentic living. Something like that I always remind myself is to go for gold. And what I mean by that is I always think about sustainable success rather than going for the glitter or like going for what looks good. So like something that I always say to myself is it's better to be the part than simply look the part, right? So what that means for me is really doing the inner work and working on myself so that I can position myself to really live the life that I desire to live and not just appear like I have it all together. And for me, okay, so we're going to be doing the Stunner Lip Paint by Fenty Beauty. Let's see how this is. But for me, that means really being committed to the inner work. And that has been therapy. That has been just kind of like making sure that I take out time to really investigate what is going on inside of me so that I'm not living in autopilot. I really want to be intentional every day about how I live my life. And honestly, and obviously life happens, and sometimes you're not always going to be in the space where you can be like 100% intentional. Like I realize like there are seasons where you just are still. Mentally and emotionally you might feel still or stuck. But then again, stillness doesn't mean stuck, and I have to always say that, because sometimes we think like no movement means that we're stuck, but sometimes it's a space that we have to be in to refuel. But anyway, talking about going for gold, I want sustainable long-term success. I don't want to be a one-hit wonder, and not just with like how people perceive me, but with how I just live my life on a daily basis. Like I want to continue to build habits that help me to thrive, rather than me just kind of like always looking like I have it all together. So go for gold, not for the glitter, because all that glitters isn't gold. Okay, definitely darker than the typical lipstick that I wear, but honestly, I think that depending on what you're wearing, it can definitely like, you know, I think it can look good. Yeah. So that is the Stunner Lip Paint. Next, we're gonna move on to, oh, we have to do this one. We're gonna do Bawse Lady. I'm probably not even saying it right. I don't have the American twang, if that's what I call it, like that, like boss, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna say Bawse Lady. And I do like a good red. I think every woman needs a staple red, and I honestly think that this is my staple red. Now, like, do you see how good these makeup removal wipes are? I've literally used it for, how many lipsticks have I tried on? What, like 3 or 4? And it's all over it, but I haven't used another one yet. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting this on, and I think with a red lip, it's the perfect time to talk about fair. Because when I think about red, I think about boldness. I think about the blood of Jesus. So I think about boldness and the blood of Jesus. I actually got that from my mom. A lot of my mom's decorations at home are red, and she's just like, it reminds me of the blood of Jesus. Thinking about like fair and, you know, like my lifelong motto, well, for the past 6 years has been be you with courage. And that is probably one of the hardest things to do. Be you with courage. Be you unapologetically. Be you regardless of the backlash you may get. Be you regardless of how uncomfortable. Ooh, okay, let me just do another coat. Be you regardless of how uncomfortable it may feel, because let's be honest, it can feel really uncomfortable to truly be yourself and to stand up for what you believe in. But if there's anything that I've learned, is that when you try to be a copy and paste version of someone else, you end up living a copy and paste version of your life that you were never supposed to live. And when you are honest with yourself, you attract the right people. You live an authentic life. And even though there might be struggles along the way, you are able to live freely. And I think sometimes we underestimate just how powerful it is to be living free. Like, not be bound by like an identity or like how you think you need to be accepted, and realize that like regardless of how much of a polished persona you create for yourself, if someone doesn't like you, if someone rejects you, I mean, that's it. Like, that's how they feel about you. And you have to be willing to just accept that like everyone's not going to like you, everyone is not going to appreciate you, everyone will not see in you what others who do appreciate you see in you. And I think that was one of the hardest lessons for me to learn, that it doesn't matter how accommodating I am, it doesn't matter how much I try to people please or present myself a certain way, that still doesn't guarantee complete acceptance from others. So you have to really be courageous, and there will be that fear of rejection, but never allow the fear of rejection from watering you down so much to the point that you're just a bootleg version of who you were actually supposed to be. So back to my Bawse Lady vibes, love it. Like, come on, this red lip, this is my red lip. Like, this is completely like, I just love it. It's, you know, it's not too rich, like it has a depth about it that I really like. And this is Lip Bar. Love, love, love Lip Bar. Like, please, if you haven't already, you have to check them out. Their lipsticks are just quality. They are affordable, and they're just like, I love her. So yeah. On to the next. On to the next. Hard to move on when you always... Okay, don't. Just ignore me. Is that J. Cole? Around the sun. Yeah, that's J. Cole and Miguel. But yeah, I'm not the rapper. But okay, so be you with courage. And sometimes it just, I think that goes back to like really trying not to operate in autopilot, where you have to start like everything you do, start questioning yourself and like, is this really what I want? Am I just doing this because I think I should be doing this? Like, don't feel like you have to make quick decisions all of the time. It's okay to like slow down and take your time. While we're on red, I am going to go straight onto Fenty again, and I'm going to go on their popular red, which is the Uncensored. Oh, hold on. This one wasn't called, it's called Underdawg. Okay, this is actually called Underdawg. My mistake. I guess like the collection is Stunner Lip Paint. So that's actually like what the collection is called. Got that wrong. So then this one is called Uncensored. And I worn this a few times for like a nice dinner and stuff. Okay. I want you to tell me which red you prefer between this red and the Bawse Lady. And sometimes I line this one. I mean, it's pretty nice. Haven't worn this since last summer. That's why I'm like, okay, this is a while. But yeah, so this is Uncensored. Let me know your thoughts. Moving on. Okay, so we've done my Anastasia ones. Love those. I'm gonna do, okay, altogether I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna do 3 more and call it a wrap. And tell me if you like this video, because I have many more lipsticks that I'll be happy to demo for you guys. Oh my gosh, I have to, this, okay, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna do these 3. Okay, these are my last 3 that I'm gonna do. Ooh, but I like this one. Okay, no, I have my final 3 that I'm gonna do, and I'll share a few more lessons. All right, so we're gonna move on to my next one, but while I am getting my lips ready, what else am I learning? Okay, let's talk about breakthroughs. I think that I feel like I'm on the verge of a breakthrough. And the reason why I say that is because I'm realizing that, all right, so with me telling you how, you know, last year was like my first full year of like committing to working for myself. Like, whereas previous years I would like work for myself and then say, oh, this is hard, so I'm gonna find another job. And there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with even working part-time or like finding like odd gigs to supplement your income. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that if that works for you. What I was saying is that like at those times I wasn't fully walking in my truth. I was trying to find escapes to like embrace where I was, right? That's a completely different thing. But I feel like I'm in the middle of a breakthrough, because what I'm realizing is that, so we're looking at all of the lessons that I learned last year of like, okay, this worked for me, this didn't work for me, and then realizing like areas that I can improve. You know, when it's like, you know what you need to do, but a part of you is afraid of doing it. And I know that we were just literally talking about fear, but when it comes to you kind of like transitioning to a new level, there's also a fear of like, wow, you need to be operating in a higher level of, you know, like mental thinking, of spiritual development, of like just creating habits to support where you're going. And I think that sometimes that can be scary, where you realize like, I can't move forward operating how I was operating before. Like, you might decide, hey, I need to wake up an hour earlier so I can pray, or so like I can have time with God and like reflective time. Or you might say, I need to exercise more because I haven't got the stamina to keep up. Like, there's various things that you may realize, like, I am elevating, and I can't just, like, going back to like what I was saying about not just looking the part but being the part, but realizing that in order to elevate and to sustain that space, you also need to change things about like your lifestyle and your habits. So we are going in with another lip bar. Like I said, listen, lip bar, they're my fave, and this is Prima Donna. Been wearing this for the last I would say 2 years. This has been one that I buy over and over again, and I actually like mixing it with other colors a lot of the time. Let me put a little bit more on. So I typically like to mix it with this darker purple, which is called Drama Queen. So you got Prima Donna and Drama Queen. They're probably sisters, I don't know, but yeah, I love a good purple. Hold on, I'm gonna put a little bit more on. I think with this one, it's either running out because I wear it so often, or you might just have to apply a little bit extra. Tell me what you think. What do you think, ladies? Is it yay or nay? So I'm gonna go on to my final 2 that I will be sharing with you, ladies. Did I finish my point about like habits? If you're struggling with your habits and you find like you have so many like dreams and goals, but your habits are really bad, read Atomic Habits. It's currently one of my reads. I'm rereading it, and I might do a review on it because there's so many gems on it. It's mind-blowing. Such simple concepts, yet life-changing concepts. Okay, moving on to this lipstick. Is probably one of like, this is like one of like my OGs, and it's the Viva Glam Matte. I'm gonna put this on, and I love it. One of my favorites, and I always line this, always. And I think that's actually why I bought the Chestnut MAC liner. So it's not coming through as good as it usually does, and I think that could be because of the fact that, yeah, I'm not setting it right now. This is not the best representation of it, but let me line it. It's the purple that's messing it up, the purple from the other ones, but I mean, you can kind of see it, but it usually looks better than this. Yeah, it's not coming through how it usually does. But that's the Viva Glam Matte by MAC, and that was probably like, I started using that maybe about 3-4 years ago, and it kind of, if I was to describe it, it has like a berry type of vibe, but with like a mixed brown. Okay, we're gonna go on to my final, because I do love a good purple, like a deep purple. And the final one I will be wearing is Rebel by MAC. One of my favorites, all-time favorites. But let's do this. Final one. Love this Rebel. This is one of my favorite winter lipsticks. It's like there's a part of my lips where it's not sticking. Let's do this. My lips are gonna be sore after this. Okay. It's not sticking as much as it usually does. Yeah, my lips are tired. My lips are tired, guys. It's not sticking the way that it usually does. Yeah, my lips are tired. But, okay, from this angle. Decent. Thumbs up, or even my thumbs up. But yeah, so that's that. And yeah, so that is my final one. And again, that was the Rebel Satin lipstick by MAC. So kind of like a little theme. Fenty Beauty, MAC, Lip Bar, and Anastasia, the 4 brands that I use. So I guess I do have like, those will probably be my top 4 brands when it comes to lipstick. If you have any like recommendations, please leave those recommendations below. I hope you enjoyed this video. You know when sometimes you feel like you just need some time to like unload how you may be feeling, but I didn't just want to like push everything on you guys. I wanted to kind of share some lessons and hopefully encourage you along your journey, because, you know, 2020, and I know, like, I mentioned 2020 a lot because I think that so many people might feel bad for still kind of carrying some of their feelings that they did that year, and realize that it's going to take time to release. Just don't allow it to hinder you from moving forward, but also be honest with yourself, like, hey, I'm still struggling with this. Like, I'm still thinking about this. And like I said, 2020 for me was a blessing, but it was also filled with a lot of heartache. My grandma passed away, and that was really difficult, and I'm still struggling with that. But overall, I just want to say that whatever you may be going through, just know that you're not alone. Like, I really do hope that this channel does become a little community, because I feel like so many of us just want to know, like, I'm not alone, and the way that I feel, it's not like abnormal. Like, I am a normal person. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world, and remember to always be you with courage. See you, ladies.